Hello, my name is Hidekuni or Hide, and welcome back to my channel. I am a creative being, and today is the 15th of August, which means it's a new week. My week has started with good news and with bad news. The good news are I at the moment have some of my artwork hanging in a cafe, and they always like to promote local artists and change it up each few months. And yeah, it's my turn at the moment. And they contacted us and told me that I have sold something, and I'm very excited about it because it isn't like a little thing, a little convention thing, like a button or sticker or even my zine. No, it's actually a bigger thing. Like it's in full artwork. It's a canvas. I would call it a canvas. It's like a piece of wood with clay on and decorated and all that. And I will probably show it somewhere here. I also made a TikTok about it of how I make it. So if you want to go check it out, feel free to go check it out. Like usually if I'm somewhere you find me under Hidekuni, so go check out my TikTok. And I have sold it and it makes me very happy because bigger pieces are harder to sell for me. So whenever someone is interested in such a piece and actually buys it, it makes me very happy and also gives me right away a big amount of money, which is nice. It gives like this security. Also at conventions, whenever I see a little painting, I'm always super surprised that people buy something at a convention, because usually people buy smaller things and it's very special and means a lot to me. But yes, I have sold a piece. It gives me the security, and also because it's something so unique and I have never done that ever before, so I have no idea how people will like it. I cannot compare it to also other artists because I didn't really see anything alike at another artist. So seeing someone that is actually interested in it and likes it is great, and I had a lot of fun creating it. So I will now probably in the near future do another piece that is like that, and I'm very excited about it. Also, I like mushrooms. Like mushrooms are just cute, and I like this whimsical horror flask. On the other hand, the bad news, I have counted my prints that I currently have, so I see which one are fine and which one I have to reorder and stock up, or if there's anything sold out. And I am right now not necessarily preparing for my next convention, which is this week. It's a small convention, only one day. I have more than enough for that convention. But I am preparing for the week after, and that week after I already order big amounts to have the stock I need for later, because elsewise I won't get it in time. The problem is I went to the page where I usually get my prints, and they have changed the whole layout. They have changed their fix they offer, and I could not find a size I need for my prints, which sucks because I now have to see if they still do that. I also have contacted them. I wrote them an email asking if they still have that, and I hope they reply soon because I have to order. And elsewise I have to go to another company, which is always very scary because I have no experience with other companies. I have no idea how their quality is, so I will have to figure that out, and it's a bit stressful. It's unexpected. It's an unexpected problem, and I don't like it. Well, I think no one likes unexpected problems, but it's like, you're in a stress, you want everything to be alright, and then there is something you have to solve in a very limited amount of time, and yes. But I have to figure that now out and hope that either they still have it or that the company I will go to works alright and it's not too much of a hassle to prepare the files, because I have to change the files and give them in and then see. But as I said, I have already counted my prints. You can see me also go through my prints. I have a variety of fan art and own characters and original art. I even photographed some of my bigger paintings and transformed them into little prints, because it's easier to get a little print of something than actually the original big artwork, because the Yellow King, for example, is 75 by 50 or so, and centimeters. I always say everything in centimeters because I'm European. And then I also have my big trio of my identity artworks, which is huge. I think they're around 75 by 115 3 times, and that's a big canvas. Like I hung them up in the cafe and you can see them there, like, it's huge. That's why I have them in small as well. I cannot show it to you without it reflecting. This is my zine. It's my first zine I ever created, and it was so much fun creating this, and I'm very looking forward to create another zine. This zine was at first a school project because it was my final year and each one of us had to create a project. We were free to choose what medium, what kind of theme and topics we want to discuss in them, and like we could do anything. At first I didn't know what I wanted to do, and then I got the idea to create a zine because zines is something that always fascinated me. So I was like, sure, let's do it. It will be a lot of work, but at the end I will have something that I can share with other people and spread a message or talk about something, which led to the next question, what to talk about, because there are so many things you can put into zine. Like, you can make a zine about anything, and eventually the most obvious thing came into my mind, which I'm surprised that I needed some days to actually find it, is borderline, because I do have borderline and it is very hard for me to express myself. So I was like, I make a zine about borderline to tell people how it feels like, to give like the surface information, also from a personal point of view. I'm no doctor, I'm not the one who's like, oh, that's how borderline is, and it's totally 100% like that. No, I give a personal view on that disorder. And the main character of that zine is not me, but Lucid. He is my most beloved own character. He is very important to me because we share both borderline, because he is a way to process my borderline and I just am very connected to him. And that's why it's him who is the main protagonist and why all the artwork is about him. And it's a bit heavier topic wise, also with the illustrations, so it's more for older people because it's heavier of the topic, because borderline is very heavy and cruel at times. So yes, but creating that scene was very helpful for me because I felt like I had a way to express myself, I had a way to share some thoughts and views and giving the people a feel of how it feels like. Because it's not like you can go to someone and be like, oh, borderline is like that. No, you have to put them in a situation and then take their hand and lead them through and explain it all to make sense with these emotions. But I'm very proud of this scene and I hope that I can sell some, because personally they mean so much to me and it's a huge piece of me actually. Like, it's something very intimate for me right now to talk about it. But yes, I added the visit card and a little sticker, also of Lucid. And yes, that's all I did so far. I have the zine, I have counted my prints. Now I have to figure out how and where to order my prints, and then I have to look into our table, see if everything's there, if anything is missing, if I need anything else, and also what I take with, because maybe I want to change the table setup. I will also look into the table size for this weekend to see how I can plan with the size, how I can build it up, because I always change things up. I'm never consistent with my table. And then also check the cash register. For the rest, I will focus on my buttons. I will draw new button designs, and then if I won't give you another update, we probably see us at the convention. So see you. So let me see if I can record, because both of the others are making a lot of noise actually, because they're watching Good Omens right now and I'm drawing while doing so. But we're having a break, so I was like, oh, I can cut my wood, because I am currently working on a little standee for my zine. So I will film it now, I will show you what I'm doing, or at least some of the process. And yes, so far I have drawn on the pattern on my wood and I'm going to cut it now, and then I will paint it and make it presentable. And I cut it in a way so I can all the time deassemble it and assemble it, and it will be there to put my zine on and show my zine and have it presentable on my table. So that's what we're gonna do now. And yeah, by the way, today is Thursday. How many? Yeah, today is Thursday before the convention. It's the 17th of August, and let's get going. I'm using this machine to cut it. Well, woodwork in general is at times dangerous, so please take care if you do such things, and if you need help, ask for help, because it's better to have someone around in case something goes wrong than being alone. But I feel very comfortable with it, and I had some woodworking classes. This is what I have drawn onto my wood. It's 2 pieces here, and the third one, yeah, up here. So let's have a little update. Today is the 18th of August, which means today is Friday, and it's the day before the convention. And the last few days I have prepared various things. I have created 2 new buttons while watching Good Omens, and what a surprise, it's Good Omens buttons, because I was just very into it and inspired to create them. So I was just leaning into that and created 2 new button designs, which I'm very happy about. I love how they turned out, although it's like not so my style. I like, of course, there are signature things of my style in it, but it's still something new. Like, I try to adjust colors and all that and make it like look nice and pretty, and I like how they turned out, so I hope you like them as well. So I created those 2 new buttons. Then I started with my standee for my zine, which I will not finish until tomorrow. Like, it's a lot of work, and I will try to finish it for next week for Dream On. And I don't know if I should have used that wood, but it's all I found, and I wasn't really bothered to go buy new wood or look for like somewhere else, because I know that's most wood we have. Also, I have to adjust some things because I messed up some measurements, so I will fix them, but it's not a big deal. It's just like it takes more time, and that's why I know I will not be done by tomorrow. Also, because I still have to prepare other things, because I'm currently packing everything for the table. I still have to see what I will wear tomorrow, so I will already take that out. And yes, it's also currently 22:35, and I have to get up at 5, have an hour to prepare everything, get ready, and then we will start driving at 6, and it will take us 3 hours to get there. So we should arrive there around 9:30, and then we have around 2 hours to set everything up, because it will start at 11:30, and I think it goes until 18 o'clock. I hope it will go well, because when I'm tired I get easily grumpy because of my borderline, and I don't like being that, so I try to be very calm. Like, I'm in fact very calm right now. I even managed to prepare food for tomorrow because I made wraps and they turned out good. So we have food for lunch and we have breakfast as well, and in the evening we just like grab something on the way home. But yeah, I also started a mini painting, which is the Yellow King, and it's like a smaller version of my bigger canvas, because many people like my big canvas, but it's a bigger canvas, it's pricier, and instead of buying that, the people buy prints. But I want to create a smaller Yellow King and see if someone would be interested in that, also because I really like the Yellow King. It's one of my favorite entities. I actually have a favorite drawing of the Yellow King, which is in a book. It's in the 7th edition of Call of Cthulhu, and Yellow King is just so well drawn, and I like the proportions and like the style they use, because it's not like just a guy with a yellow coat, which is very flat, and it lacks personality, and it doesn't make him this mighty entity, this scary thing that will control you and drive you mad by art and all that. And no, I really like, he's a king, he shall look like a king, he shall look like a threat, like danger, and you should just be in awe when I see him. And yeah, that's why I like the drawing. I will also put a picture up here because I just think he looks so cool, and that's also the inspiration for my Yellow King, and I hope I can get close to that. For next week, the standee, the Yellow King, preferably. And yeah, another thing, my prints have arrived today, which I was very surprised by, that they like just took 4 days, because I ordered on Tuesday, they arrived now on Friday, and yes, they turned out great. I think they changed paper because it's a bit thinner, and also the feel on it, it still like has some texture on it, but it's just different. And how the colors are, like the colors are still good, I like them a lot, but they are much more matte. The colors still pop, but they don't pop as much as before, in a very good way, because they are not like unreadable. I think they are much clearer now. You know, on the one hand, there is not much I have to do, but the thing is, because I don't have much left to do, I'm worried that I'm forgetting about something. And that's why I'm stressed, because it feels like I'm missing something. Maybe I am, I don't know. Maybe now in 5 minutes I will remember, but so far I have everything. I have my prints, I have my buttons, I have my patches, my stickers. Actually, I need my 2 sheets for my stickers. I don't know where they are right now. That's a problem. And I'm also trying out a new system for transporting things, because I usually have a shelf, but now I try to put everything in 2 boxes and see how that goes, to save some space in the car. Because at first the car size was totally fine for us, which was just me and my partner going to the con with all our stuff and clothes and all that. But now my boyfriend hopped in, so it's him plus his stuff plus his table things, and it's a bit tight. So we are trying to find a system that works for both of us, like for both artist booths, and that is helpful for our setups. And yeah, we are looking into that as well. But yeah, that will take some time. I think that was my update. I will now finish everything up, bring everything down, and then we will pack the car later when they are back. And then I will see you tomorrow probably, because I really want to film the setup, because that would be interesting. I also hope we have enough space, and I hope that it's easy to find, and that we have a good spot, because it's also very important at conventions, and see how it goes. I don't worry too much about the money, because the convention was free, so everything we spend money on is actually the gas and the food. And since we already shop things, it's cheaper than actually eating there at the con. And yes, my goal tomorrow is to make 50 euros, 50 till 100 euros. That's like my, if I reach that, I'm fine. I was there to promote myself, to get some money in, and everything worth that makes me super happy. So let's see how this goes. Good night. I did a little sketch of this, and I think I want to make a Nino print out of it because it's super cute. Oh my god, I just like them. Bunny. I am so tired. But they went very well, so but I will probably update at home because I'm too shy to talk in public, but also I'm so tired and oh my god, my table went very well though. I'm back from the convention and it is the 21st of August, which is a Monday, and I've got some thoughts and things I want to show you. First of all, the convention. The convention was super sweet, very nice, very pleasant. We had our 3-hour drive there and then set everything up, of which I filmed a bit. The table was at first a bit confusing because it was a very huge, big table for both of us, for Fuzzy Luna and us, and we just split it in half, and then each one of us had one half of the table to set everything up, and I loved how deep it went, why I had a lot of space to put things on the table itself and show off all my patches. And I think that was very helpful because I sold so many patches. Like at cons I usually sell 1, 2, 3 patches, maybe none, depending on the convention. But I sold so many this time and I'm very happy about it because I love my patches. Patches is something I don't see very often at cons and at other artists, unless it's like someone who maybe is focusing their art with textiles and fabrics and clothes. Then I sometimes see some patches, but not necessarily. I really like my patches and it's something I'm very proud of and I'm interested in. Which reminds me that I still want to sew some patches onto my kilt, which is like somewhat my convention selling uniform. Like I wear my kilt each time I go to a convention because it's comfortable and I have leg space and it's black. Of course, it's black, of course. And I don't know, it's just like I love how it shapes me, and then have like a shirt on that's tucked in, and I just like my kilt a lot. And that's why I thought of making it a bit more interesting because it's plain black and add some patches that suit me, and I don't know, I have to see, maybe I want to create new patches extra just for that kilt. The organizers were very friendly and it's something very small, something very local, very family like it has a family anime convention flair, if you know what I mean. How I said, the people were very nice and friendly and they even asked if we would come back, and we would love to come back. And I also told the organizers that we would love to come back, but they will probably not take us for December because they have like 3 conventions a year and they always see that as many artists as possible can participate, so they will probably take us more likely next year. So we will apply for next year's versions and then see which date they can take us, and yes. But it would be super great to come back because it's so chill and the driving was also very easy. The way was easy, it was not very complex, it was mostly just straight ahead, and that's great. We were not in the main room, like they had a little main room, and then we were on the side room, and there were still a lot of people coming there, and they were all very friendly. That's something I really like about small conventions, because the people take their time to look at your booth because they don't have hundreds of other artists there, so they take their time, they talk to you, I don't know. Small conventions are great, especially for beginner artists, and despite visiting Artist Alley since 3 years, I still love going to there. Of course, I was a bit anxious because it's so far away and we had to get in the money, and my goal was 50 to 100 bucks, I think, and I reached it within the first 2-3 hours, which I'm amazed by. I almost made 300 euros minus like some bucks for the gas and some food, so I made around 200 bucks in profit, which is nice. And that was the first convention of 4. Also with my table, I noticed that positioning is very important because I didn't sell any of my zines, and I think people didn't see it very well, although I printed out a poster and to fill more of the space I had with the zine, but I think it didn't work out well. That's why I want to finish my standee so I can put up the zine, probably have like a little podest for it so it's a bit higher up and it's well presented, because I think that's very important, because I didn't sell any of these. I also didn't sell many stickers. Like, stickers are something I usually sell a lot, but I didn't sell many stickers. I sold prints. Prints sold very well, like the normal amount of prints I would sell at a con. And yes, and charms. Like I sold some charms, which I'm very happy about. But the patches really took off. On buttons, like buttons are my main sellers, which is great because I also love making my buttons because it's so easy for me to make them. So I can easily stock them up and create new ones, which is the plan for the next convention. So I hope that I can this week work on my button designs. I'm currently working on this little painting. Another thing I did while watching Good Omens, because we had a marathon of the 2 seasons, like we already watched the first season back then when it came out, and my boyfriend has never seen it, so we watched the first season again. And then the day later, which was Thursday, we watched the second season, and oh my god, I love it. I still prefer the first season because the storytelling is much nicer. It makes more sense, it's more coherent, and there are more funny aspects and characters, and like this certain flair is missing in the second season for me. Also, it's like all over the place. Like, I had a hard time to follow up at times, and yeah, no, I like the first season, but the second season is so great because I was not expecting what happens in the final episode. And yes, I just love it. They're so damn cute, and I have a charm idea which I want to doodle down and see if I can do it because it would be so damn cute. I don't swear. I try to not swear, although I swear a lot. In real life, I don't try to swear on camera, but yes, I have an idea and I want to doodle it down, so maybe you will see that in the next few videos. That would be great, because then I would have a new charm around October, because I'm also planning on ordering new things in September, which then arrive hopefully for October, so I would have them for facts in Belgium. Another thing I did is this Lino print. Like, so far I only sketched some things down, and to be honest, I now see the flipped version. Wait. It is that direction. Oh yes, I see it flipped for me right now like this, because I'm looking at the camera. And there are now things I want to change because I mirrored it, and that's great. Okay, good to know, good to know. I will overwork now some of the sketch lines. And then I will give it to my partner because he loves cutting out the dinos, which I don't mind, then I don't have to do it. And I will give him some instructions what I want, and then he can do that and then freestyle a bit if he feels like it, unless then I would like add some more things and clean it up. But yes, that's one thing I did. I also want to make more Lino print thingies. Like, there's so many things I want to do and I don't have the time. Hate it here. The canvas, the buttons, the Lino print, and then the Sandy, of course. I want to finish it for the zine. The next convention is Dreamon, which is this week. It's Monday, so it's this week. It is 2 days, and it is in Metz, which is in France. And I don't have to stock up as much because I sold a good amount at Samt, but I didn't sell as much that I would need to restock, which also reminds me that I stocked up on my prints for Samt, and as I said, I had like the problem that the company I ordered from changed some things and they don't have my big prints anymore, so I just stocked up on the middle and small ones, and I still like them a lot, so I will keep ordering there. And also the quality is still great, but they changed some things, I noticed that, from how the colors turned out, but in a positive way, so I will keep on ordering there. But I have to see where I can order my bigger prints now, and yes, that's my only struggle now. For the rest, I'm very happy with how this week went, like last week, and yeah, I'm looking forward for the next conventions, although I'm a bit scared of Konichi because such a big convention. But yes, that was me rambling around my experience at something and table things and things I have to do and want to do. And yes, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any feedback, please let me know because I like to improve. And I wish you a good day or night wherever you are, and bye. Enjoy my speed paints.